everybody, welcome to my home office. I am here standing up against the west wall of my office at home. On one of my walls is just full of books, probably with the way the camera records. You'll only be able to see just a few of them, but I thought that it might be a little symbolic to stand in front of this today for the recording for the message. So today I'm thinking about all of the different things that are going on in society around us and all the struggles that we have. I mean, there's always division, yes, but here lately it's been pretty extreme. We've had the COVID-19 and people with all kinds of different theories and wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, and then the political divide. And now we have added to the forefront of the news and all of our minds, the protests and the riots and the injustice against the Black community and all the divisions on racism. So today I'm going to challenge us. And Jesus is going to challenge us too, but first I'm going to challenge us to take a moment, because take a deep breath, because here in a moment I am going to ask you to close your eyes, unless you're driving. I know some of you listen to this while you're driving, so don't close your eyes then, but get comfortable and be prepared to close your eyes and take an imaginary journey with me. And I'm going to read this because I want to get it just right, and I want you to relax, center yourself, let the Spirit of God flow. This is an act of trust and worship. There'll be parts that are uncomfortable and other parts that are easy and okay, but we'll all come through this just fine. So, okay, everybody take one more deep breath and close your eyes, get comfortable, and I want you to imagine yourself in this scenario. You're on vacation. You're visiting a large city and you've parked your car and went for a walk to do some sightseeing and window shopping. As you're walking, you notice a large group of people gathered, and out of curiosity, you walk toward the crowd to get a glimpse of what is going on. You hear chanting, singing. As you get about a block away, you see signs, and you think, maybe I should just turn around. But you're so intrigued that you keep walking toward the crowd. As you get closer, you realize it's just a peaceful protest, but you still think, maybe I should just turn around. Maybe I don't belong here. However, you're still curious. You're still walking toward the crowd. And just as you are thinking about turning around and heading back to your car, you hear that the singing has stopped. You notice that the voices are growing louder, and you see that chaos is beginning to break loose. You're still trying to turn around, but your mind and your eyes keep turning toward the crowd, trying to make sense of the scene. Suddenly, people are running toward you, and the stores behind you, you notice a sound of breaking glass. You realize that the people are throwing bricks, rocks, they're shooting pellet guns, they're waving baseball bats and signs, and they're headed your way, and you start to run. But as some of the dreams you have had in the past, your legs won't move as quickly as you want them to, and the crowd catches up with you. A small group of rioters taunt you. They kick and beat you and throw you to the side of the road, leaving you there to suffer and possibly die. As you're lying there trying to catch your breath, bleeding, suffering, afraid, and alone, you try to cry out for help, but your voice cannot be heard. Just then you see out of the corner of your eye a priest. You recognize that it's a priest because he has a black shirt with a white collar. And as you lock eyes with the priest, you feel hope. You know you're going to be okay. But as soon as he sees you lying there, out of fear for his own life, he runs to the other side of the road and leaves you. You're in shock and heartbroken. You're in too much pain to be outwardly angry, but you feel the tears welling up in your eyes. Hope is lost. But then a biblical scholar, a teacher at the university, shows up, and once again you feel hope again. This scholar of the Old Testament that understands about the law of God's love and the commitment of being a disciple, he looks down and sees you in the mess that you are and thinks to himself, not my problem. I do not want to get involved in this today. And so that scholar also leaves you lying there, writhing in pain. You are once again devastated, weak, bleeding. You can't get up. And you begin to pray that God would have mercy on your soul because you think you're not going to survive this. And then you see someone that has always turned your stomach, walking your way. It's not really, it could be a particular person that you know, or it could be someone that represents something that repulses you. I want you to fill in the blank here. I want you to think about this for a moment. The person or the label of a person that sets you on edge. Are they white or black? Republican or Democrat? Are they gay or straight? Rich or poor? Is this person religious? An atheist? A Muslim? A Jew? Are they male or female? Young or old? A policeman or a well-known criminal? I'm going to give you just a few seconds to come up with that person. So now we remember that a priest has passed you by, a biblical scholar has passed you by, and now a person that disgusts you or represents those who disgust you has come along and is standing right over your body. And as you are waiting for the worst, you realize nothing happens. There's no kick in the gut. There's no slap to your face. There's no making fun of you. None of those things happen. In fact, you hear a voice that says, "Let's get you some help." This person tears off a part of their shirt and wipes up your blood. They comfort you and say, "I'll be right back. Don't worry. I'm going to get help." And in the midst of the ongoing riot in the background, that has thankfully moved farther away, that person drives up in their car next to your body, helps you into the back seat where you can lie down, gives you a cool drink of water, reassures you that you're going to be okay. They drive you to the hospital, giving their credit card to cover any costs that you would have. And as the emergency crew takes you into the emergency room, you hear this person give their phone number to the nurse and say, "Call me if they need anything, and I'll be back to check on them." Now, as you slowly open your eyes, I have these questions for you. Out of the three people, the priest, the biblical scholar, and the person that represents those who repulse you? Which one was a true neighbor to you? Which one is the neighbor that you want to be to others? And which one is the neighbor that God calls us to be, that Jesus commands us to be when he says to love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and your neighbor as yourself? You realize that this is a modern day parable of a retelling of the Good Samaritan,